Today's word is morose. Jack White and Ethel Cain both issued scathing statements regarding the outcome of last night's US election. And spoiler alert, they're not too happy. Before we get into this story, hey, hi, hello, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. My name is Dan Frampton. I am not an American. I am commenting on this as an outsider, okay? But the entire world's gaze was set upon America as they elected their next leader last night, November 5th, 2024, which Donald Trump won for the Republican Party. I made a video maybe a couple months ago at this point, about Jack White because Donald Trump used Seven Nation Army in one of his campaign videos online, and Jack White issued a lawsuit regarding that whole situation. Now, after everything is said and done, Jack White had this to say. Trump won the popular vote. End of story. American chose a known, obvious fascist, and now America will get whatever this wannabe dictator wants to enact from here on in. We all know what he's capable of. Project 2025, deportations, nationwide abortion ban, ending his own second-term limit, backing Putin and his war, shutting down the Board of Education, adding to climate change, limiting LGBTQ rights, controlling the DOJ, keeping the minimum wage down, etc., etc., etc. Any or all of it is obviously dumbfounding that this con man succeeded in pulling the wool over so many Americans' eyes, not once, but twice. The racist, impeached, convicted felon, and convicted who stole national secrets and hid them in his bathroom, who told us to inject bleach, who wanted to fix hurricanes with nuclear weapons, who insulted handicapped people, called military veterans suckers, who incited an insurrection that invaded the national's capital, for God's sake, the failed businessman whose ventures have all gone bankrupt, a fake Christian selling Bibles and sneakers like a carnival sideshow, etc., etc. Christians? He's not one of you. He can't cite one verse of Jesus' teachings. Immigrants? He wants you out. Veterans? He's a draft dodger. Minorities? He doesn't care about you at all. Union members? He's a scab. Working class Americans? He doesn't give a damn how much you're struggling. Women, you know exactly what he thinks of you. Dying on a stretcher from a miscarriage of your pregnancy? Oh well, too bad. And all of those rich riding in their cyber trucks, listening to their Rogan and Bannon and Alex Jones podcasts are laughing all the way to the bank, looking forward to their tax cuts that don't apply to the middle class. And not just the Electoral College this time, but the American people with the popular vote showed that the citizens placed him in power and now deserve whatever evils he's going to enact. Jack White III. That is extremely scathing. He's pulling no punches. He's putting it all out there on the line. Everything that we know about Trump, he just said about Trump. Nothing new was said here. No new information was delivered to this brain. It's just crazy that this is the way that it all went down. And by the way, I'm not surprised. I saw this coming from a mile away. And I think everybody else did too, and they were just kind of coping, being like, no, Harris is totally gonna win, knowing full well that she wasn't gonna win. And now I'm sitting here as a Canadian being like, I wanna laugh at you guys, but I'm too scared for you guys. There are women, transgendered people down there. There are people of color. There are immigrants and veterans and all these other people that I think about before I can laugh at you. Because as crazy as this is, Donald J. Trump back in office again is so silly. I want to make fun of it so bad. I want to make fun of the Americans that voted him in so bad. But I can't, because there are so many people's lives and so many people's situations on the line right now that it would be extremely insensitive for me to laugh at this situation. I just know that this is extremely dire, especially if you're not a rich white man. Jack White attached this photo over here that says, "The forest was shrinking, but the trees kept voting for the axe. For the axe was clever and convinced the trees that because his handle was made of wood, he was one of them." Turkish proverb. And then Ethel Cain weighed in on the matter as well with an equally scathing statement. It reads as follows. The problem is that America has beaten down its people for decades and gotten them weak and desperate, and now promise a way out, a way to transcend and rise above, through selling out their fellow man. They encourage contempt and hatred as a one-way ticket to not being included with the masses being death marched to poverty or imprisonment or whatever other bitter end surely awaits the people they're told are beneath them. An embarrassing large chunk of white men are just straight up these days as a way to dissociate from the rest of the carnage around them. Even if they're broke and uneducated and from an impoverished background themselves, they'll vote for and align themselves with anything for the taste of power and control that makes them feel a little less helpless. The same goes for minorities. They'll punch down if they think that'll get them somewhere, but in reality, they're punching sideways. I don't know what else to say, really. Everybody is so incredibly hateful. We are a loveless, disrespectful nation. We are spread so thin by our government that we will sell each other out in a heartbeat for an ounce of relief. This is what we've come to. It's not even about Trump at this point. He's gonna get into office and do whatever he does, and it's gonna be a mess, but whatever. This is indicative of a deeper problem. This is just the ugly consequence of already present reality in this country that we just despise each other. There's no solidarity and there is no love. Trump being in office, or not, doesn't change the fact that America is a breeding ground for violent hatred. Trump has given a shining example of how to give the worst parts of your human nature and make it the problem of everyone around them. I don't even know what we're supposed to do about that. I don't know if that's something we can come back from. And if anything could be done about it, Trump certainly wouldn't do it. Honestly, Kamala probably wouldn't have either. We are so deeply However, I must say, if you voted for Trump, I hope that peace never finds you. Instead, I hope clarity strikes you someday like a clap of lightning, and you have to live the rest of your life with the knowledge and guilt of what you've done and who you are as a person. Love y'all. It is so bleak, and the world keeps spinning until it doesn't, I guess. We can't count on our government for literally even a shred of progress or hope. So just keep up the good fight in your own personal lives. That's literally the only thing that can be done at this point. Stay safe out there, maybe buy a gun. Holy smokes. Now I would say that's an even more scathing statement. That speaks to a more systemic, more deep-rooted problem going on in America that allowed the situation to even unfold to begin with. America kinda has always been divided. You know how it's called the United States of America? Ever since day one, that word united has always been a cope. And they know it's a cope because they've never been united. There's been civil wars, North versus South, far left versus far right. It's been going on for like hundreds of years at this point. It is so deeply rooted into who they are as people and what they are as a nation. Within America, they all believe that they're number one. They're just running around going, we're the best, we're the best, we're the best, we're the best, number one, USA, USA. And the whole world is looking at them like, these guys are crazy. And now we have AI chatbots, AI video creators out there, a literal pro wrestling Hall of Famer as the president, electrolytes being sold to people as if we all need them more than anything in the world. It's what plants need, it's what humans need. This is the beginnings of Idiocracy. If you haven't seen the film Idiocracy, you have to go out and check it out right now. We are so close to Starbucks being the place that you go to for hand jobs. And no matter where you go online, everything is so charged right now. Everybody is apparently willing to fight for the smallest little belief that they have, you know? Nobody's able to go like, oh, that's what you believe? Okay, cool. I'm gonna go see what this person's saying. All right, cool. I got a couple different perspectives. Gonna put that into my brain. I'm gonna do some research and come up with my own thing. No. Let's just start fighting right away. And out of those two statements there, I think there's a line that Ethel Cain that resonates with me slightly stronger than any other line. Is the one that read, if you voted for Trump, I hope that peace never finds you. Instead, I hope clarity strikes you someday like a clap of lightning, and you have to live the rest of your life with the knowledge and guilt of what you've done and who you are as a person. And I think that that's so powerful because a guy who has a vision like Trump does can only lead to like pain and suffering or whatever. And then people are going to look back on it and be like, oh no, I got blood all over these hands right now. And another thing that Ethel Cain said over here that honestly rings through a lot is Kamala probably wouldn't have done anything either. We are so deeply and from my perspective, as a Canadian sitting up here looking down, it really does seem like you are so deeply moldy cheese, electrolytes, professional wrestling Hall of Famer as the president, AI on the rise, and robot money running the world. Well, I think we narrowly avoided that one, but robot money scamming people. So if you know a woman, if you know a transgender person, if you know a person of color, if you know a minority of any kind and voted for Trump, I don't know how you can look yourself in the mirror. That's insane to me. Because you basically are saying in that breath that you do not care about their voices. They can't make the decisions for their body and that you are a better, more authoritative voice on the matter. No, you can't have an abortion.
What do you mean I can't have an abortion? It's my body and I don't want this baby, and like there's a process out there that can make it happen, and you're not gonna let me do it, but why not? Because it's my body.
It's because I said so. Sorry, love. But literally, I don't have a dog in the fight, and all you angry Americans out there can come down into my comments right now. That's fine. You can scream at me. That's cool. You can be like, cry more, soy boy Canadian guy. That doesn't affect me whatsoever. You can gloat. You can try to rub my nose in it or whatever. Trump won. Yeah, all you're saying is like, we're so doomed. We're so divided. And if you gloat and if you act in that way, you're really just proving my points correct that I'm making in this video. So go ahead, behave in the way that I'm claiming that you're behaving. Behave in the way that Ethel Cain is claiming that you're behaving. Go on, punk. Prove me right. So I guess all I gotta say right now is stay safe, love your loved ones, do the best that you can. If someone's saying something so racist and so against what you believe in as a person, don't start a fight. I would say ignore it. Don't even engage in the conversation. There was a time when I would have been like, you know, try to have the conversation with the person. America, you're past that. No more conversating, okay? That just leads to hold your ground. That's scary as hell. I don't think I'm ever gonna step foot on American soil. It really does seem like the scariest land in all of the world. And there's some very scary lands on this world. But I'm split because there's so many things from America that I love. There are so many people from America that I respect. There's so much value in the American way of doing things that I can actually find a lot of inspiration in. But you really do gotta sift through all of this awful shit to find the good stuff. But I'm not saying that there isn't good stuff out there. I'm not a total American hater, which is why I'm not totally laughing at this situation. I have extreme empathy for everybody going through anything right now. So anyway, that's my take, and this is the rare time that Munchie, the straight edge nutcracker, actually agrees with me. Subscribe to the channel immediately. Until my next upload, watch another upload. Okay, take care and have a good one.